life, eh? Sometimes the people who swear they love you can turn out to be the very one sharpening the knife behind your back. I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm just saying, don't ever put all your trust in a man who looks so calm to be guilty. That's how it started with Kelechi and Amara. They were that couple everyone in the estate admires. The type that we stepped out on Sunday morning, looking like a magazine cover, matching colors, holding hands, smiling like honeymoon never ended. People used to call them the power couple. Even their wedding pictures were still framed all over their house. One in the living room, two in the hallway, and one huge one by the staircase, where Amara was laughing with her veil flying. They have been married for 7 years. Kelechi was a banker, working in one of those big offices on the island, while Amara runs a small interior decor business from home. They had 2 kids, Chisom and Tochi. Lovely children, always neat and playful. Everything about that family looks so perfect from the outside. But you know that thing that people say, the devil doesn't knock loud before he enters. That's exactly how it happened. It started the day Amara decided to employ a new house help. The previous one went back to the village to get married. So Amara needed help because her business was growing. That's how Rita entered the picture. A young, quiet girl from the village, about 22. She has a small stature, always tying scarf. Amara liked her instantly. She was polite, hardworking, and didn't talk too much. If only she knew that behind that quiet face was a plan that will scatter her home like a broken glass. At first, everything went smoothly. Rita would cook, clean, take the children to school, and even help Amara arrange flowers for her clients. Amara treated her kindly, gave her clothes. She no longer wears the old clothes she came with, even asked her to sit at the dining table to eat as family. But she never imagined Kelechi will look at Rita with a kind of hunger no husband should feel for his wife's maid. It started small, a joke here, a glance there. Then one evening, Amara traveled to Abuja for a weekend client project, leaving the keys with Kelechi and Rita. That was the night the house turned from a home to a sing ground. Kelechi came back from work that Friday, so tired but restless. He opened a bottle of wine, poured a glass, and sat on the TV couch watching TV. Rita came out from the kitchen wearing one of those short house gowns Amara has given her. Innocently, she was just moving around, doing chores, but Kelechi's eyes followed her like a curse. One thing led to another. A careless comment, then laughter, then a touch that went too far. Before midnight, what should never happen between a man and his maid happened. So when Amara came back Sunday evening, everything looked normal, but something in the house felt different. Do you know that? You know that word silence can't explain. That's how it felt. For the next few weeks, things started shifting in small ways. Rita avoided eye contact. Kelechi became overly nice, too attentive, too defensive, too eager to please. Amara didn't suspect anything at first, but her spirit wasn't at peace. So one night, while arranging laundries, she found one of her favorite nightgowns hidden under Rita's clothes. That was the first strike. She didn't say a word. So that night, she just folded it back quietly. The final blow came. 2 weeks later, Amma returned home early from work to pick a sample she had forgotten, only to hear soft music playing upstairs. She climbed quietly, step by step, and behold, when she reached the bedroom door, her matrimonial bed, what she saw flows of blood. Her husband and her maid right there. On the same bed, she would pray, she laughed on, and shared dreams on. She didn't scream, she didn't faint. She just stood there watching, as if her soul left her body. When Kelechi noticed her, he jumped like he had seen death. Rita fell to the floor, begging, crying, stammering. But Amara didn't even blink. She just walked out slowly. Yes. That night, she didn't cry. She packed a few things and went to her friend Ngozi's place. For 3 days, she didn't pick Kelechi's call. The man was running mad, calling her, sending messages, even showing up at Ngozi's gate like a lost child. But Amara wasn't planning to cry her way through it. She was planning something shocking. Something that would make Kelechi remember her name till his last breath. She came back home like nothing happened, smiled, cooked, slept in the same house. She even asked Rita to stay, pretending she had forgiven her. Kelechi, confused and relieved, thought maybe God had softened his wife's heart. But he didn't know. She was waiting for the right moment. Amara started setting up tiny cameras in the house. One in the bedroom, one in the kitchen, and one by the stairs. She pretended everything was fine, but she was recording every single thing. A month later, she threw a small birthday party for her daughter, inviting friends, neighbors, and even some of Kelechi's office colleagues. Everyone was there, smiling, eating, drinking. And just when people were relaxing, she said she had a short video to play in appreciation. The lights dimmed, the TV came on. It wasn't a birthday video. It was a full display of Kelechi and Rita in their moment of betrayal. The crowd gasped. Kelechi froze. Some people screamed. Rita ran out crying. And for Amara, she just stood there, calm, holding a glass of juice, watching her husband's world crumble. That was her revenge. Public humiliation. Right inside the home he defied. The next morning, she moved out with her children. No shouting, no drama. She just left quietly, leaving Kelechi in the empty house and a destroyed reputation. His job called him for questioning. Neighbors avoided him. And everywhere he turned, he saw what he had lost. Then he tried to beg. He knelt, cried, called family, even went to church. But Amara's heart was gone, far gone. Then she told him one sentence that broke him completely. You didn't just betray me, Kelechi. You spat on the home we built with love. But I forgive you. But I will never return. That was it. And from that day, whenever people talk about betrayal, someone always mentions the story of Kelechi and Amara. The man who lost everything because he wouldn't control one night of weakness. So, always remember, you see this thing called self-control, it can save or destroy a whole family. I love you all. Bye.